Tim took a quick look through Area 5 just to be safe, then moved on to the factory. The large messy room was as still as a grave.
見たところ人気はないが。
だがユーリ君がこちらに逃げてきている可能性もある。
うん。あと脱出経路の手がかりも見つけなきゃだね。
So the creepy music. I mean, like this. That is here. Currently 30. Chapter 4. Scene repair, but music. No name.
時間も限られてるし、サクサク捜索を進めよう。
It was just as June said. Just because they'd found a ton of AD didn't change the fact that they were short on time. We need to be more careful to make sure we don't waste any time from this point onwards. As he thought to himself, what as they finally entered the factory? Just then, something caught his eye. It was the security gate in the corner. Behind it was a small room with the emergency lift, the one where they'd found the body of that girl.
隊長、どうしたの？
いや、あの搬出リフトだが、なんとか脱出に使えないかな。
コントロールパネルが壊れているんだよ。
だが、もし修理できたら地上に行けるだろう。どうだろう、おっさん。
自信がないな。
Now that he mentioned it, this guy had failed to repair that security slot earlier.
だが他に脱出口は見当たらないんだ。かけてみる価値はあるんじゃないか。
確かに。私、手先器用だしさ、簡単な修理だったらできるかもしれないよ。
そうか。それなら森部君にお任せしよう。
決まりだな。行こう、二人とも。
The three then headed off to the cargo lift room together. Jill's body was still there, exactly the way they'd left it. Tim looked at her and offered a silent prayer, then walked up to the control panel.
さーて、修理できるかどうか。
Jin took her army knife out.
じゃあその間に俺はシャフト内を調べてみるか。
シャフト？
他のエレベーターと同じくシャフトを登って上まで行けるかもしれないだろ。
あ、なるほど。
僕は何をすればいいのかね。
おっさんはちょっと悪いがファクトリー内を調べてほしい。さっき調べたばかりとはいえ一応な。
よかろ
う。Let's get them left the room.
そんじゃ、私たちも始めよっか。
おう。
Odyssey nodded and ran over to the lift doors. He placed his hands on the slide between them and put all his might into his arms. Why is this Sense's choice? I still don't know how this works, and I've been playing this for I don't know how many hours. He then tried to open it up, but unlike the normal elevator doors, these ones didn't budge an inch.
ロックがかかってるみたいだな。
でもこのコンパネが直ったら扉も開くよ。修理は私がやっとくから、隊長は浮田さんの方を手伝ってくれば？
ああ、そうしよう。
それじゃあ修理が終わったら呼ぶから、ちょっと待ってて。
Once they nodded and left the room, he soon found Utka in the factory. The latter flinched when he noticed what to say.
どうしたんだね、シャフトの調査とやらは。
扉が開かなくてできなかった。で、俺もファクトリーの捜索を手伝いに来たのさ。
Let's flinch, something's up with him.
そうか。
Utka looked away in what appeared to be irritation. What's his problem? Is he still bothered by an argument earlier? Not worried what to say. He searched the factory, trying to give Utka some space. The two then silently searched the factory for a while. only for that silence to be abruptly broken by the echo of Yun's voice.
隊長、浮田さん。
I looked to find Yun running over to them from the cargo lift room.
どうした森部。
リフトの修理は終わったのかね。
いや、できてない。どう考えても部品が足りないんだ。
部品が足りないって。
まるで内部の配線とかが引きちぎられでもしたみたいに消えてなくなってるのさ。すぐに修理するのは難しいよ。
そうか。壊したやつはずいぶん念入りにやりやがったんだな。
どうする？その辺の機械ばらして配線やら部品やらでっち上げれば修理できるかもしれないけど。
時間かかりそうか。
はっきり言って予想不能だね。合う部品があるかわかんないし。
Did Kellen pick that moment to cut in?
いや、不確定な要素にかけるくらいなら先に要救助者を探すべきなんじゃないのかね。
迷いどころだが、確かにおっさんの言うことにも一理あるな。
だね。普通の現状ならともかく救助に時間がかかればかかるほど要救助者の累計被曝量も上がっちゃうし。
よし、じゃあこのリフトのことは要救助者を見つけてから改めて考えよ
う。うん。じゃあファクトリーの捜索は終了ってことで、次は内周島へ行こ
う。了解だ。
Team then headed for the inner ring. Area 6, inner ring, B2. It'd been nearly an hour since they last searched this place.
要救助者との行き違いを避けるためにも1階と2階に分かれて捜索しよ
う。It's been a while since I recorded this, but last time we opted to search everything one last time, but different ways. So, in order to maximize our chances and to run into the other survivors.
了解。じゃあ私は地下1階を捜索するかな。
The emergency staircase there was out of commission, but you would probably have no problem climbing the rope in the stairwell.
悪い。それじゃあ頼む。
任せて。
You immediately headed for the stairwell.
では我々も捜索するかね。
あ。
Others and Itika then began looking through B2. But seeing as how it hadn't been long since Watts had searched the area, nothing in particular stuck out. Yun soon came back from B1.
隊長、なんか見つかった？
ダメだ。そっちはどうだ？
何もなかったよ。1回目の捜索より丹念にやっているつもりなんだけど。夏彦くんたち、本当どこにいるんだろう。
Yun looks a little down.
不安になるのもわかるが、そうしょげるな。要救助者が見つからないってのはある意味喜ばしいことだ。
え？
それは要救助者が頻繁に移動しているってこと。つまり彼らはまだ元気だってことだろ。
Maybe, or they could be dead or unconscious somewhere.
被爆して動けなくなっているよりずっといいじゃないか。
そうか。そういう考え方もあるか。
しかし楽観的すぎるかもしれんが、
俺たちが希望を捨てるよりずっといいだろう。
だね。
The team nodded. Now that they were searching for a second time, their fatigue was catching up with them. It was very easy to get discouraged when searching the same place all over again.
それに案外、橘たちがあっさり見つけてるかもしれないぜ。それを期待しつつ、まずは先に進もうじゃないか。
I'm still kind of worried because in that one bad ending we found me blown up with half her body missing, and then we got pushed down some stairs and died. I still don't know who did it. Otasei finished cheering up his companions and headed on towards the next area. Area 1. Area 1, in the ring, B2. Let's return to the place where Otasei had first woken up. He split up again and searched the floor, but
このフロアも成果なしか。
じゃあ今度は地下1階の方を。
Odyssey suddenly picked up a faint sound before he could finish.
ん？どうかしたのかね？
いや、さっき人の足音がしたような。
え？どこで？
Odyssey tried to make out where he heard the footsteps.
自信はないが、その階段室の方から聞こえた気が。
ひょっとして要救助者？
いや、立花さんたちかもしれんぞ。
わからんが、とにかく行ってみよう。
The team ran from the stairwell in high spirits. There was no sign of anyone there. Fireproof door on B1 was wide open. The room was dimly illuminated by the light leaking in through that opening. There was no one to be found at the top of the stairs or behind the shadows of the staircase.
誰もいないぞ。
気のせいだったのかな。
わかんないよ。上に行ったのかも。
The team ascended to the staircase as they talked. Odyssey in the front, Utica in the middle, and Yun in the back. But at that moment, they heard a sound cutting through the air above them. Odyssey looked up in surprise. He then saw something falling down from the top of the stairwell.
隊長、危ない！
Yun screamed. Odyssey suddenly felt someone shove him from behind, causing him to fall forward. Merely a second later, he heard a heavy thud coming from the rear. Oh no, Yun. Oh. Odyssey turned around in shock to see a mysterious object hit Yun's back. It was a cluster of concrete with several thin reinforced bars sticking out of it. Yun then staggered. She tried to grab her, but it was too late. Yun fell down the stairs, only stopping at B2's landing.
森部！
大丈夫かね？
Odyssey and Utica hurried down the stairs, their faces pale. Please be okay. Yun groaned faintly. The other apparently lost consciousness. No. Odyssey checked her and soon found blood oozing from her back. He'd been impaled on one of the reinforced bars from the debris.
くそ！何なんだこれは！
Odyssey looked upwards. But with all the darkness filling the stairwell, couldn't spot anyone. Did the ceiling collapse again?
おっさん、ここは危険だ。とりあえず森部を安全なところへ運ぼう。
わかった。
Odyssey carried Yun on his back and ran out the stairwell. Welcome to chapter 5. Area 1, B2, in the ring. Odyssey laid Yun down in one of the rooms.
大丈夫か森部？聞こえてるか？
Yun didn't wake up no matter how much he called out to her. Odyssey could tell by the red blood spreading on the clothes that the wound on her back was bleeding.
くそ！早く手当てしなければ。
Utica quickly spoke in a strained voice.
よし、隊長さん。だったら君が森部君を手当てしている間に僕が捜索を続けておこう。
何？
さっき隊長さんが聞いたという足音、それを確認したいんだよ。隊長さんは森部さんの治療に専念したまえ。
ダメだおっさん、単独行動は危険すぎる。
それはわかるが、捜索の手を止めるのも危険だろ。時間は常に出血し続けているんだぞ。
Utica has a point. He was absolutely right. Odyssey silently looked at Utica as the letter continued.
隊長さん、確かに君たちから見れば僕はただの素人かもしれない。だが僕だってみんなを救いたいという気持ちは同じだ。
しかし、だったら俺が行くべきだと。
いや、傷の手当ては君が適役だ。森部君が目覚めた時、君がそばにいた方が彼女も安心するだろ それに僕は君たちよりもこのラボに慣れているからね。一人だってそうそうヘマはしないさ。
Itka smiled as he said that. It looked like he was just bluffing, but once they decided to trust what he said.
わかった。だがあまり遠くに行くんじゃないぞ。
Once they give you together spare Procyon.
では第一エリアは僕が捜索を済ませておこう。後ほど第二エリアで落ち合おうじゃないか。
あ、くれぐれも気をつけろよ、おっさん。
承知した。
Itka said that and quickly left the laboratory. And Watson and Yoon were all alone. Watson quickly looked at Yoon's back. Oh, I forgot we had that. That's good news. I want to use the Kiron to seal this up, but I have to take off her clothes to do that. Watson hesitated for a moment, then lifted Yoon up slightly.
すまん、森部。
We have no choice about this. He then reached out to sit down Yoon's uniform. But then the latter suddenly let out a scream.
うわっ、
Also, he frantically called out to Yoon as she flailed about wildly.
落ち着け、俺だ。背中に怪我をしたお前を手当てしようとしてたんだ。
服を脱がして、隊長だから鉄拳行為だよ、このドエロ。
Also, what's this music? Foolishness. Ah, sounds about right.
ドエロだと？お前意外と元気だな。心配して損したぜ。
勝手なこと言ってんだよ。だいたい服脱がさなくても傷のとこだけハサミで切って開けばいいじゃん。
それもそうだな。
Once they searched through a nearby desk and quickly found a pair of scissors.
あったぞ森部。こっちに背中を向けてくれ。
余計なところ切るんじゃないよ。
Oh, soak. Once they could open part of her uniform with the scissors, revealing a wound about 2 centimeters wide. That's not too bad. He rubs Kiron on it, causing Yoon's body to tremble with a start.
ちょっと動くなって。
でもくすぐったくて。
優しくしてるんじゃないかよ。とにかくもう少し我慢しろ。
Yoon's wound finally closed after what he had used half the tube on it.
これでひとまず安心だな。
But a gloomy expression rose to Yoon's face in spite of the fact that Watase had finished treating her.
どうしたんだ森部、そんな顔して。傷が痛むか？
そうじゃないけど。
Yoon looked around the room after muttering that, then continued.
ところで隊長、浮田さんは？
俺が手当てをしている間に捜索を進めるというから先に行かせたよ。
一人で？
Yoon's face grew dim at those words.
何やってんの隊長。素人を単独行動させるなんて危険でしょ。
俺もそう言ったんだが聞かなくてな。
だったら隊長も早く追いなよ。私も行くから。
Yoon then tried to stand up, but she staggered on her feet.
いや、お前は頭を打ったばかりだ。ここで少し休んでからにしろ。
Yoon paused for a moment, but then quickly nodded.
俺は第2エリア方面に向かう。回復したら追ってきてくれ。
了解。
ああ、それと森部。
何？
さっきは助けてくれて。
Yoon finally smiled at that.
気にしないで。
Watase returned her smile and left the laboratory. Watase took a quick run through everyone to look for Utika, but he was nowhere to be found.
おっさん、いるか？
There was no answer to his shouts. Must have gone on ahead. I hope so, I still don't really trust Utica. I have the feeling that he knows more about what's happening. What's he then headed towards Area 2 instead of Utica? Beyond communication, that doesn't sound really good. Area 2, in the ring, V2. Odyssey was now directly opposite of Area 5, where he and the others had split up. He had half expected to find Kasumi's team wandering around here, but who had nowhere to be seen. I sure hoped he didn't get into any weird sort of trouble like we did. If he maintained his assumption that June's injury had been no accident, then it was really natural for him to worry about the others. No, it's okay. Tachibana is more than capable of dealing with whatever is thrown their way. Sage shook his head and resumed his search. Only Kazumi and Yun had searched the place for the first time through. This was also where their makeshift base was set up. It had been ages since anyone had last checked the area out. There's also more than enough room to believe that the survivors are constantly on the move. Otsu quickly carried out his search with those thoughts in mind. But the nameplate labeling one of the rooms caught Watsu's eye. Reference room? A room he'd never visited before. Could there be a hint about an escape room in here? Watsu headed into the room with that thought in mind. It was a small room about 5 meters in width. That entire space was almost completely filled with steel bookshelf upon steel bookshelf. There also switches to each shelf, meaning it was most likely a movable type of bookcase. As you can see, there are some kind of sliders in the floor, so if you press it then the whole thing comes sliding out towards you. Looks really neat. Yuri's not here, huh? I think up until this point, Yuri and Utica are the two most biggest question marks. Like, I don't even know what their deal is, and I don't know if we can trust them. Once he confirmed that, what is his eyes turned to the bookshelf? A cramped line of books and essays were sitting there. An introduction to the informational field theory. Author Miyoko Tankawa. Elementary particles, information and consciousness. Author Miyoko Tankawa. His pre-synchronization hypothesis. Author Antoine Courbet. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Translator Miyoko Tankawa. Cerebrum Labyrinth of Psychology. Author Ryuken Kashiwagi. Oh, for some reason my throat starts to hurt again. It's weird. It's also been very, very warm the last few weeks, so I just need to be careful. Maybe I'm straining it too much, I don't know. Unbinding from Pseudoscience, the Future and Prospects of Parapsychology. Author Koki Sumida. Before crime, after days. Really game. Author Hikage Sonomura. Particles, the Mind and the Brain. Author Yuya Iriguchi. Watsu looked at all of the titles. I don't get them. Watsu had no knowledge of science in his current state, so he had the slightest clue what they contained. Now that he thought about it, The two main teams research at the facility were nuclear power and biology. Either way, all he knew was that there were a lot of biology related books in there. There was a familiar name amongst all the authors listed. Miyoko Tenkawa. If his memory serves him right, it was the name of Natsuko Tenkawa's mother. When he saw those books, a strange anxiety welled up in Watanabe's chest. Watanabe was puzzled. Why would looking at books make him feel anxious? I know this isn't the time to be doing this, but Watanabe couldn't go against his feelings, so he took one of the books and flipped through it. An introduction to the informational field theory. Forward. In modern physics, all phenomena that shape the natural world can be explained with four fundamental forces. But there are phenomena such as the accelerating universe and so on that cannot be explained by these four fundamental forces alone. It had become clear from the recent high-precision observation that the rate at which the universe expands accelerates with time. It is from that survey that the theory of an unknown energy known as dark energy, pulse with gravity, was born. But if dark energy supposedly does exist, then what is it? Various conjectures have been conceived, but they are all merely speculation. So I continue to look into that force from the perspective of an elementary particle physicist and formulated a hypothesis. Could it be information? If a fifth fundamental force does indeed exist, there's a high possibility that it is in fact information. I used a numeral formula to express the equivalence of information for a volume and energy. Then after deriving its value, I discovered that that value completely matched up with the rate of universal expansion. In other words, mark. But I had no clue what he was reading. Fifth fundamental force, information, dark energy. How's all that? I still have no clue why it felt such intense anxiety from this book. Was it just my imagination? Was I wondered that as he flipped through the pages and kept reading? The following conjecture is based off this theory. Even information itself can exist independently and can possibly interact, be conveyed without the use of forces as an intermediary. For example, since humans' thoughts are a type of information, they can communicate with others without the need for those thoughts to be conveyed or converted into another medium, such as electrical signals. This is a somewhat extreme expression I am using here, but this is the gist of the informational field hypothesis. The informational field is the place where information operates as the fifth fundamental force, energy. If we are to consider this using the human brain as an example, the informational field generated from thought information may in fact be what we call the consciousness. It is still unclear to this point as to what the process that creates the consciousness entails. All we know is that a consciousness is generated inside the brain from countless memories, its fragments of information, and electrical signals running through the synapses interact. However, another conjecture can be formed when you think on the basis of this hypothesis. If information can exist independently, then that means a consciousness doesn't increase, does not necessarily oh, my brain just died. If information can exist independently, That means a consciousness does not necessarily have to form in a brain. A fixed amount of information gathers in one spot and interacts with each other. A consciousness can be born right then and there. Is this about AI creation? Furthermore, if information can be controlled, then it should also be possible to artificially create a consciousness. Are they hinting at AI creation? Yeah, this isn't making any sense to me. What kind of research does this Miyoko and Kawara person do? She calls herself an elementary particle physicist, but he got the impression this research has more to do with biology. But to create a consciousness, why would anyone want to do that? What does research involving creating a consciousness have to do with nuclear power and biology? He wasn't sure why, but he felt a faint, ominous sensation. Despite that, he continued to read more of the book, then gasped. In conclusion, the various theories laid out in the informational field hypothesis have yet to be proven, but this thesis has been reappraised in a form I can never once expected. This is all due to a rapid yet drastic change that has recently swept society. The change is the manifestation of BC.
BC?
To think of it, Anna had mentioned it before. He said that it wasn't all that rare for there to be people who could use telepathy these days. I forgot that telepathy was a thing in this universe. Let's say continue to read. The ability known as BC had been widely acknowledged by society in the last few years. It can be said that this has resulted in mindsets toward the nature of information and ways of communication to undergo tremendous changes. We've also discovered countless people who possess this ability that we never would have conceived as feasible mere years ago. The abilities of BC can generally be classified into two groups. The first one is telepathy, the ability to directly send your voice in another's mind. The other is empathy, the ability to read the voice of another's mind. By describing these two abilities with these extreme coherent terms, we can explain them separately. When BC is used, the user's thought information is not converted into another medium. They communicate with their target by sending that thought information directly into their target's brain, by using elementary particles as an intermediary. This matches up with what I proposed in my informational field hypothesis. Two completely unrelated fields of study, parapsychology and elementary particle physics, are connected by BC. Furthermore, while telepathy practitioners are still few, empathy practitioners are even rarer. The true number of users is not what's important here. It's the fact that the ability such as empathy exists. I really need a drink after this. And also the fact that the existence of information known as the voice of the mind can be observed by others despite previously being unknown to those others than the thinkers themselves. I think it's rather clear that at least what I say is an empathy practitioner. This is indeed the first and biggest paradigm shift of the 21st century. What? The words laid out before him were almost unbelievable. He'd already heard about the ability to directly send one's voice to another's mind. The problem was the other ability,
人の心を読む能力だと。
He then remembered what Anna had told him earlier.
要は離れたところにいる人と意思を伝え合う能力よ。それ以外のことはできないわ。
I see. So when she said mutually communicate, she didn't just mean sending your thoughts, but also reading other people's thoughts too. And the stuff in this book isn't just some pipe dream. I mean, Otse is the one who had heard voices in his head. I think that's proof enough. Otse looked at the bookshelf and shocked to find that many of them had the phrase BC in the titles. Apparently, it was considered a completely normal thing. Though there were very few of them, there were indeed people out there who could read others' minds. Just then, Otse finally realized the truth behind his anxiety. I see. So I was scared of this empathy ability. He didn't know exactly why. Maybe he'd had a really frightening experience with it before he lost his memories. But even if this weren't the case, it didn't feel like there could possibly be anyone who was okay with having their minds read by someone else. No, what if, at this very moment, someone is reading my mind and can hear my fear of having my mind read? What's his body shook violently in the face of that abrupt thought?
それに BC の使い手はなぜか子供に多く、大人で使える人は輪をかけて稀なんだ。
If you had to trust what Yun said, then that probably meant none of the adults in the group were communicators. What about the children? Could Natsuko read minds? Mashiro? Zayu? And what about Yuri? He said that Natsuko and his friends could use telepathy. Then, isn't it naturally possible that they can use empathy too? When he thought about it, several suspicious events had occurred. Why had Yuri run away from the group? Why had Zayu fled from the group back then? Why hadn't they found the 3 survivors yet? If those kids can read people's minds, and when you take into account they've been running from us, and maybe one of us hates them, they know it. He didn't want to believe it, but it all added up. If that were the case, then who was the one who hated them? It wasn't what to say at the very least. He knew that better than anyone. So it's one of the other 4? Was he thought that? Every single one of them quickly seemed suspicious in his mind. His anxiety swelled up like a balloon. His heart started racing faster and faster. Doubt begot more doubt. Then it soon became full circle. No, wait. Maybe it's the other way around. What if they're the ones who hate us? Those kids who could read people's minds were filled with malice and trying to back what to say's group into a corner for some reason. Maybe that was just an absurd theory, but if it's true, then can we fight off guys like that? As soon as he thought that, sudden headache ripped through Watase's skull, causing him to groan. His consciousness started fading as he grew incredibly dizzy. This is bad. Watase staggered his way out of the reference room as quickly as possible. What But they hurried into a nearby restroom once he'd left the reference room. He turned the sink faucet on with all his might and washed his face in cold water. But his headache didn't get any better at all. Not another headache. Wait, could this be an effect of radiation damage? It was at that moment that he remembered something Casimir and the others had told him. There's a possibility that tap water has been contaminated by the radiation. Could get internal radiation exposure just from drinking it. Shit. He'd been washing his face with that stuff. Jose frantically wiped his face to make sure none of the water got in his mouth or nose. But his headache still hurt just as much as it had before. And soon he was assaulted with anxiety and fear. It made him feel even worse. Jose vomited into the sink. His stomach was empty. So all that came out were gastric juices. A heavy sense of fatigue weighed down his whole body. Damn it! I'm thinking about way too much at once. Jose gritted his teeth. Being trapped in this hellish environment was bad enough, but now strange incidents were happening one after another. People had either died or been killed, and on top of that, there might be monsters out there who can read people's minds. Jose was extremely confused. At that moment, countless disconnected images flashed through his mind, as if they were conspiring with that confusion. What was all that? It felt like there's been images that he didn't recognize mixed in. There's one of Yuri. And that's Suiko Tankawa and his friends. Very same people that they were looking for now had been in them. Why have I seen them somewhere before? He didn't know. He couldn't tell if they were his own memories or not. But his Jose was driven to the brink of confusion by those mysterious images.
もういい。カササギ渡せ。そのことについて深く考えるな。
It was the first time in ages that he'd heard that auditory hallucination. I don't think it is. I think he's an empathy person. The others are communicated, so they're communicating things directly into his brain. Jose was overcome with astonishment when he heard it. Wait. Would this auditory hallucination be trying to control me? That suspicion expanded into immense proportions in one quick moment. No. What if? What if someone's been controlling me this whole time? Going meta here, game? Really? Also, why is my voice starting to feel better? Even after almost 15 minutes recording? Then who is the me that I thought was me up till now? Once he looked at his face in the mirror as he was seized by that primitive fear. Reflected in there was the face of an unfamiliar man he didn't recall. Jose They felt whatever had been keeping himself sane up until this point started to fall apart in an instant. Kazumi, Yoon, Anna, and Utica had also possibly held some sort of malice against the survivors. Yuri, Saoyu, Natsuhiko, and Mashiro, children who possibly wielded a mysterious power. And himself. A man with fake memories and a will that might not even be his own.
くそ、俺は誰を信じりゃいいって言うんだ。
Just as Watase started harboring doubts towards everyone, himself included.
考えすぎなんだよ、渡瀬は。
What? You look so happy.
考えすぎると臆病になって何にも考えられなくなっちゃうよ。
Once he blinked, it felt like someone else's face was in the mirror. That's all he saw, and there was his own face. What was that? Who was that? Perhaps it was a type of audio-visual hallucination or maybe a flashback. He wasn't sure, but when he saw that face, he felt a mysterious sense of nostalgia coming over him.
考えすぎてはダメか。
His heart calmed for some reason when he muttered that. But he felt as though that illusion had been munching him. That's right. I have to trust everyone and myself. But they turned off the still running facet. Looks like I was just jumping at shadows for a minute there. But they finally realized that he regained his composure. And that his headache was now gone. By the time he left the bathroom, the doubts that had taken hold of him had completely vanished.